Three assholes do a podcast. It's called One Royal Way.
This is the One Royal Way podcast, episode 4. Welcome. Tyson, you're the only single one of us who actually went to a baseball game this week.
Yes, I did. I did.
And which game was it?
It was that one. against Cleveland.
Cleveland's game on
Against
Wednesday.
Cleveland on Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Yes. It was hot. It was afternoon. I took 2 small children with me, which was stupid.
Tyson sat in my seats on Wednesday, I guess, and our seats are right out in the open, very right in the sunlight, and I guess that didn't work out for you guys too well.
No, my children were miserable and just angry, and like it was just a terrible thing.
How long did it take you to move?
About 2.5 innings.
2.5 innings.
And we went down and sat by some great big gentlemen underneath the.
Were the Royals leading by then, anyways?
Well, if I could remember, I don't know. I didn't get to see a whole lot of that first part of that game. I really don't remember.
What were you doing the first part of the game?
Slapping kids.
Oh, I hope those ladies were there.
Oh,
the old biddies right
there
next to
was
them.
no ladies.
Oh.
I'm never having kids.
There were no ladies.
Oh my God, my dogs won't shut up. Shut up, dogs.
That's
Hey.
working.
Oh.
So you moved down right below our seats into the shade, right?
Yes,
Did we win the game?
we did.
I already knew that.
I know you did. I know.
You know, the Royals have gone, for the last week that we haven't been podcasting, the Royals have a record of 6-6. I can't believe it. What do you think, Ty? I mean, as far as 6-6 goes in the last week, I mean, undefeated for the whole week. We're not beating teams. We are beating the shit out of teams.
Yes, it's good.
No, really. Great rapport we have here. One Royal Way.
You know what I love about this podcast?
Hot.
I love the thing I love the most about this podcast is how detailed we are about Royals. Yeah.
I might even come up with a swell every once in a while. They're swell. It's good. they're fabulous.
6-6 was swell.
No, they're doing great.
swell.
They're doing great. Swept the White Sox.
We swept the White Sox.
And it was in grand fashion. Like really made bitch work of the Chicago White Sox.
Before that, we swept the Indians.
The Indians in 2-game series.
If you
was
count this week.
a small 2-game
Two
series.
games.
Before that, we played the Yankees, and we lost
1 of 4.
That was a 1 of 4.
Wasn't it?
Was it 1 of
I
4?
do
Or
One
was
of
it 1 of 3?
three.
Was it 1 of 3?
The fourth game rained out.
Oh yeah,
that's right. It was postponed.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we won 1 of 3 from the Yankees, and we won 2 of 2 from the Indians, and then we beat the White Sox 3-3. We won 3 games of the 3-game series with the White Sox, and we didn't just beat the White Sox, did we?
Let me go back to the Yankees there. I think we all just said that we won 1 of 3 against the Yankees.
Oh.
Let's back that up. We won 3.
I was still trying to figure out when he said 6-6. I was
we
like,
only
that's
lost
12
1 of 3.
games.
You said it wrong again.
Right.
We won 2 of 3.
That's what I meant.
We won 2 of 3 from the Yankees, 2 of 2 from the Cleveland Indians, and 3 of 3. 2
of 2, Tony.
The bottom line is the last week we've gone 6-6. So the Royals are playing fantastic baseball. I don't think anybody in the world can argue that.
And I guarantee that will carry over into this series against Detroit.
Do you
guarantee that?
guarantee
I
that?
guarantee it.
This is ballsy.
Do we play Detroit tomorrow?
I
Yes.
I know we play them Tuesday.
I think so. They're still on the Father's Day trip, so I'm pretty sure they're all back to back to back.
Well, if we can, we're 1.5 games out of first place right now.
Behind Detroit.
We're 36 and 32 or something. 4 games over 4 games over 500.
Correct.
We're we're in a very good spot right now, and the Royals are looking great, and they're playing tremendous baseball right now. Tremendous baseball. Do you not like that word?
I do. It's just a big word. for
Gargantuan baseball.
Gargantuan baseball.
He used more syllables than me.
You've
I
been
like
one-upped.
I like syllables.
Well, they were listing the hit streaks. I know that we don't know the exact numbers now after today's game, but almost every single player really has been on a hitting streak for games after games.
Yeah, I think Alcides Escobar, his streak ended, I believe, today. I don't think he got a hit today,
no,
did he?
I didn't
He
get
didn't
a
hit
hit.
today.
He had
but what is
12.
it? 12, yeah.
Yeah, 12-game hit streak before today.
Yeah. I was just thinking for a second, off on a little rabbit trail here.
Rabbit trail?
A rabbit trail, yes.
Is that what you follow when you go?
We're going to chase every rabbit and kick every dog. That's what we do.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's all right.
I thought you would. I thought
It's-
this was some
It's mystic. It's
down
it's-
country reference that I wasn't getting.
Anyway, we've referred to the Royals so far as we and they.
I say we.
You say we, she said they.
You say the Royals, they,
They,
them.
they did this, they did that. Nathan's like, did we win?
I say we.
I say both. I don't know.
I consider.
I say future tense. They.
I say we. I say we every time I'm
So
talking
wait a
about the
minute.
Royals.
So wait a
We.
minute, if it's talking about tomorrow's game, it's they.
Yeah.
And today's game, we won.
Right. Well, because I'm not participating yet.
Until I'm watching. When I'm
Until
watching
I'm
it, it
cheering
becomes
for
we.
I got you. Okay.
We're
Just
gonna win
curious.
today, but they'll win. They might win tomorrow.
They might win tomorrow. I was just wondering. I'm just curious. How you determine whether it's them or us.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Yeah,
You know what
present
I wanna-
tense is we.
Yeah, I want to bring something up real quick because Danny Duffy yesterday had another really, 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 really good start. And it's probably his, I think it's his second in a row. Yesterday, he went 7 innings. He only allowed 5 hits. He had 9 strikeouts. He tied his season record for strikeouts for, I think, probably the second or third time this year he's done that. Strikeout
definitely,
9 in a game. He only allowed 1 walk. His ERA is 2.83. And then there's this from the second One Royal Way podcast.
Do you think Danny Duffy's ever going to be a legitimate starting pitcher?
No.
Wait, let me play that again. I didn't have it turned up all the way. This is from the second episode of the One Royal Way podcast.
Do you think Danny Duffy's ever going to be a legitimate starting pitcher?
No.
No.
I know. I stand by it.
You stand by it still.
I still do.
Danny Duffy is dominating right now.
I think that just like with any other, I mean, he's still not technically, is he a rookie? Or
No.
did he already
No,
have
he's
his
not.
rookie?
He had a rookie year like 3 years ago. He's not a rookie anymore.
I know, but he just came up for like a minute and then went back down. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
hasn't
that.
he hasn't really had a full season with the Royals yet. That's for sure.
Okay, so he's got beginner's luck.
I love the fact that I'm the guy that gets to be the fan of this team, and that doesn't really have the same baseball knowledge as these two do, because it allows me the opportunity to say things like, "Oh, I don't know. I have no idea what he's going to do this year." But he's doing well now.
He is doing
I can
well.
see that. What I can see, I know. I don't make projections really. I can make guesses.
Did you see the ball boy the other night? What game was that when the ball boy caught it was a double down the right field line and the ball boy caught it and threw it into the stands?
He had no clue. Absolutely no idea what he did wrong.
Did you see this, Tyson?
Yeah, I did. Was it? It was Cleveland. They won the Thursday night's game.
He caught the ball down the third base line and he threw it into the stands. Aoki was just standing there with his arms up like, what the fuck are you doing, kid?
So you're
And
a
then-
Japanese American.
No, and then the very next batter, Mike Moustakas, ripped a ball down the third or the first base line and he didn't. It was clearly foul, and he didn't move.
Didn't even look at it.
He was no intention of getting off of his chair.
He didn't flinch. The ball landed right next to him, and he pretended like it didn't even happen. He wasn't even going to touch it.
I wouldn't either.
You listen
For the
to-
rest of the game, I'd be sitting there.
You can listen to the playback on either side of the game, and the announcers are like, you know what? He just doesn't want anything to do with that ball, does he? Like both sides. It's like, nope, he don't want it.
Did you say that one of the guys one of the kids you were sitting next to was talking about Hosmer and how he had no ups or something?
Yes. Oh my gosh. This one we were still up in your seats, up top. I guess it was they brought a youth baseball team or something, and these kids were like all of 10 or 12 years old, sitting right next to us, and it was when I believe it was now Victoria would say it was Omar Infante, and you would tell me it was Alcides Escobar, and you guys could fight about that later.
Well, we will.
But
Let's throw down right now, as a matter of fact.
the throw went
I don't
over.
even know what we're fighting about. I'm taking off my headphones.
There was a stop in the middle infield, and it was thrown to Hosmer. The throw went into the dugout. Hosmer jumped for it, couldn't get it.
Oh yeah, that was Escobar.
See, yeah, she would say
That
it's
was
Infante.
Escobar. No, I listen. I only listen to it on the radio. So no, don't get me wrong. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because Steve Stewart, or not Steve Stewart, but Steve Fiziak is an ultra dickhead when it comes to making calls, and he has.
Okay, not a dickhead.
Well,
That's
no.
a terrible word.
Okay, well, he's an idiot. Well, like okay,
That's better.
Okay, he is an idiot, though.
For instance, I listened to the game on the radio the other day when it was the call when Escobar made it home on the short pop fly to deep shortstop basically, and Fizz said that that freaking who was playing shortstop, Aviles had overthrown the catcher at home plate, and that's why Escobar made it home. And that's what I thought. When I listened to the radio broadcast, this is what I'm envisioning, because Fizz says, "Oh, and Aviles jumps up and fires it home and overthrows the catcher at home plate." And the ball goes by him, and Escobar's safe. And I'm like, I'm at work. I'm just like, yeah, that's what happens. I watch the replay later. Aviles catches the ball at deep shortstop, jumps up, fires it directly to the pitcher, who is the cutoff man between him and home plate. He fires it directly to the pitcher. The pitcher turns around, throws it over the catcher's head. And it's just nothing like what Fizz put in my head, you know what I mean? Just terrible play-by-play guy that we have in Kansas City Royals broadcast booth there.
Okay, but not like you can talk, because I recall you telling me a story about when you went to that Phillies game and were cheering for the guy that it was like an outfielder, he made a great catch or a score or something.
Oh no!
And you're going on and on.
Oh no! Yeah, no. Listen, I went to a game in Philadelphia, and the Royals were playing Philly, and I was living in North Carolina at the time, and I went up there to watch the Royals play the Phillies, and it was probably like the sixth game of the season. It was like April 10th, and I went up there, and all game long they had. Oh God, I can't remember his name, but I can't remember his name. He used to play for the Royals for a long time, and he was in the whole game in right field
For the Phillies.
For the Phillies, he played for the Phillies at this point in time. And when in the bottom of the ninth for the Phillies, he came up, and there was two guys on. There was a guy on second and third, and it was this guy's turn to come up in the lineup. This guy who used to play for the Royals, and I swore it was still him at bat. Apparently, they had pinch hit for him. They had pinch hit Kevin Franson, I think his name is. He's kind of he's been around a few different teams. I don't even think he plays for the Phillies anymore. But Franson, and but I didn't know this at the time. I thought it was still the guy who played for the Royals, and the guy belts a double into the right center field gap, and he walks off. The Phillies walk off on the Royals. That was my whole experience in Philly, going from North Carolina to Philly to watch a baseball game. The Phillies walk off on us on this double into the right center field gap. I thought it was the Royal that I knew that had hit this ball, and it was Kevin Franson. And I thought it was this Royal that I knew all the way through, like, the stadium, like, till the end of the game. I mean, and like, I was walking out of the stadium. I'm the only guy dressed in Royals gear, and we're walking down the big ramp, the big spiral ramp, and there's just a ton of people walking out of the stadium after the game, all cheering for the Royals. And I'm
for the Phillies.
Yeah, or for the Phillies. And I'm drunk as fuck, and I'm jumping up and down. And I'm like, he used to be a Royal. He was a Royal. He used to be a Royal. And then I looked at the replay later, and it wasn't even the guy that I was thinking it was. Kevin Franson definitely never used to be a Royal. I look like the absolute definition of an asshole walking down the spiral stairs, or spiral.
I believe the term you used before was a dickhead.
Yeah, I was a dickhead.
So the story goes, the ball was hit to the middle infield and fired over to Eric Hosmer at first base, who makes a leap for the ball. And it goes into the dugout. It's uncatchable. I mean, he just throws it over there. And these punk kids sitting to my left.
I forgot we left that story. I was like, where is he
a
going
long time
with this?
I looked at the prep sheet and I was like, what is he on again? I'm like, yeah.
See there?
We're talking about Eric
You're like,
Hosmer's
hey,
hot
tell
team.
this story.
You have
No,
the
wait,
best
I have
train.
3 other stories. Anyway.
We need him all the time. Will you follow us around and keep us on track?
Well, these kids were sitting there and they're like, oh, wow, I could have caught that. Like, why, somebody buy this guy some ups. He needs some ups.
Oh, man.
I'm like, you are 4'6". Like, shut up about ups. Well, like, how tall is Eric Hosmer? Anybody know exactly?
Giant.
I don't know how tall he is.
I don't know, 6
I could
something.
talk into the mic more. That would be handy instead of looking actually over it. But he's tall. He's a big guy, and he made a good effort for that. And he catches stuff all the time. Like,
Well, wasn't it the
makes
next game that he
incredible plays.
jumped like 10 feet in the air
Yes,
to
and this
catch?
kid's over there going, this guy needs some ups.
I just looked it up. Eric Hosmer is 6'4".
6'4"?
Yeah.
That's a big dude. He is a tall guy.
Anyway, the play that you're talking about, I know the play that you're talking about. It's when Alcides Escobar
I don't think she heard that.
he overthrew first base. And Hosmer jumped up in the air, couldn't come up with the ball. The ball went into the dugout. We saw the replay on TV, and he probably jumped 4 feet off the ground.
He launched up there after that ball, and this kid's like, oh, somebody gets this guy snake. He didn't even know his name. I'm like, I was just like thinking, like, these kids are the ball. Who are these kids' parents that they're not teaching them about the Royals?
And now you know why we come home mad after every single game. Like, these people we sat next to.
This guy stinks. What the hell, kid? I just wanted to grab him by the back of his stupid little baseball pants and just hurl him over. I wouldn't do that.
He was wearing baseball pants?
Yes, they were dressed in baseball uniforms to come
man.
into baseball, like they're going to get in and play or something. I could play first base better than that guy.
Can you imagine Moose throwing to one of those little kids, just knocking them right over?
The White Sox series, did anybody get... Because yesterday, listening to the pounding that we were giving the White Sox, the 9-1 pounding that we were giving them, it was really... Did you get uncomfortable at any point? I was at work, so I wasn't watching the game with you, but so you were watching it on TV, I was listening to it on the radio. Was it uncomfortable how just badly we were just pouncing on the White Sox? And I say we, as in us, the Royals.
Yes, I was uncomfortable because it was a lot like BDSM porn.
So I have a question though, because on the radio they made it seem like it was a deal. I don't know how it was on the TV broadcast when they threw inside and knocked down Salvador Perez, and then the umpire came out and gave warnings to both dugouts. Did you watch that?
Yes, yeah, I was watching. I mean, I didn't get too excited over it, but I mean.
Was there words being exchanged, or I don't know what was going on there.
Apparently, I was asleep during that part of the game. my counterpart just she put both hands together and put them up to her cheek and turned her head.
Victoria,
like,
come
me,
over
so
here and get in a microphone.
So she could tell you better, and this is perfect because I have to pee.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna go do that. So talk loudly.
You
while
go
I'm
pee.
gone.
Okay, we're gonna get Victoria over here, which is Tyson's other half, and she's going to tell us about this Salvador Perez when both sides got warned.
Well, because you said that on the radio they didn't understand.
Well, yeah, when on the radio they just said Salvador Perez got knocked down by an inside pitch, and then the umpire immediately jumped out from behind home plate, warned both benches. Basically, a warning is, if you throw inside again to anybody, then that's it. You're getting tossed. And the end. And there wasn't anything leading up to that. It was just, hey, here it is. I sense dramatics going on, you know what I mean, coming from the umpire. So why
I think it was just because they were mad because they were losing. And when he threw in, it didn't look like it was intentional. When I saw it, it didn't look like it was intentional at all, but it was enough. It was close enough to where they warned both. And all he did was come out and he pointed at both benches, and that was it.
See, that's kind of why I got the feeling. When we were watching it, or when I was listening to it, I kind of got the feeling just because the Royals were just absolutely beating the fuck out of the White Sox, he threw inside, because I think the pitcher was Webb at the time, which is going to bring me to another story here in a minute. But Webb was pitching at the time. He knocked Salvi down, and the umpire warned both benches. I thought it was just really weird that there was nothing leading up to it, nothing leading up to the warning. Maybe he just saw something. Maybe what I thought was maybe that he had heard, since obviously he's a home plate umpire, that he had heard some words exchanged that maybe nobody else heard.
Well, you know how defensive Salvi gets about getting thrown at. You saw all last year, after he got hit by that pitch, he eyeballed anybody that threw near his body.
Do you remember that game when the dude threw at his head, and then he jumped up off the ground and just pointed at his side? He's like, if you're going to hit me right here.
Yeah.
Not in the head.
Not
right
in the
here.
head. Yeah.
Right here.
That's what I mean. Sally probably eyeballed him, and then the pitcher got mad because, dude, you're up by 15.
Right.
This reminds me of something obscure again, because everything does remind me of something obscure. What was that
And you
thing
were yelling at us for
at?
going down rabbit trails.
No, I wasn't yelling
What?
at nobody. I said I was the one heading down the rabbit trail. It's all right though. I do it all the time.
I got something for you though.
Oh, okay.
This was in that same game, in that White Sox game. I was listening to it. I had to go back and snag this audio because I thought it was funny. In the ninth inning, we're still leading 6-0, and for the record, this isn't even how the game ended up 9-1. But at this point, we're winning 6-0. And the radio broadcasters were just they seemed bored out of their mind as I'm listening to them. And this was Denny Matthews, our radio broadcaster, and Steve Stewart talking about Webb, the pitcher, who was going at the time.
And you notice what the final stop was?
Charlotte.
Which made him?
Listen, he's talking about Brandon Webb and the different places that he played in AAA baseball. He was talking about the different places that he played, and apparently Webb played in Charlotte. And that's where Steve Stewart came in.
Did you notice what the final stop was?
Charlotte.
Which made him?
You're trying to connect that with Webb, aren't you?
Charlotte Webb. He was not in Charlotte.
He won't even play into the joke.
Danny Webb last year. The Charlotte Knights.
So now I'm going to say he spins one into Infante. Okay?
That's very good, yes.
You didn't get tangled up in
No,
that?
no,
Oh, gosh.
Wait.
2 balls. Hey, it's 6-0. What do you want?
He's a punny guy.
I love it. 6-0. What do you want?
When 6-0, what do you want?
I got nothing else to do.
And didn't you say at the end of the game, by the time they were hitting all those home runs, they're just like, that's gone.
Yeah. When Moustakas hit that home run, he goes, and he pounds that one to right field, and it's gone. And that was like his home run call. That was it.
So nobody got that one. Nobody snagged that audio for later.
You know what audio I did snag, though?
What's that?
This right here.
Do you think Danny Duffy's ever going to be a legitimate starting pitcher?
You know what? I'm just gonna start recording you all the time, like that NBA guy. His girlfriend. I'm just gonna carry a recorder around and hide it at all
Just
times.
wait for him to say racial shit.
All your
Say
racial
something
slurs.
nasty. So what do you really think about... Never mind.
Another thing I was listening to during that White Sox game was I was listening to the commercials, and Billy Butler does an advertisement, and I don't even know what the ad is for. But
Barbecue sauce?
No, it could be. I don't know, but I laughed so hard because Billy Butler, obviously the designated hitter for the Kansas City Royals, and a spokesperson apparently now, but he has trouble reading commercials. He is not very good in the public eye, and we're gonna find out here. Watch this.
Hey Royals fans, Billy Butler here. Your Kansas City Chevy dealers know a great lineup when they see one.
Your Kansas City Chevy Chevy dealers.
You're no better.
Yeah. Know a great deal.
Know a great deal.
Know a great deal. There you go. What is it? I keep saying watch this. I'm retarded.
Kansas City Chevy dealers know a great lineup when they see one. Chevy is teaming up in backyards, sandlots, and stadiums to bring you great offers you can't refuse.
Oh my goodness.
He bring you great deals and Chevy deals that you cannot refuse.
Wait, who plays baseball in a sandlot anymore? Since the movie that takes place in like the 50s.
I thought you were going to say since the movie that takes place in the
Traverse
Sandlot.
crossover with seating for up to 8 Royals fans. And did you know the Cruise Eco
And did you know the Cruise Eco
gets up to 42 miles per gallon? So knock one out of the park and pick Chevy. The Kansas City Chevy dealers are proud partners of and
There's a comma between partners and of. Our proud partners of.
and let me get to this again. Our proud partners of and
are proud partners of and an official vehicle of the Kansas City Royals. Visit kcchevydealers.com to check out the best lineup. Hey Royals fan.
What'd he just say?
You know what, though? Maybe it's not Billy's fault. Maybe they just had those big white cue cards with only 2 words on them at a time, and he had a slow cue card dropper.
our proud partners of
And he couldn't memorize 7 lines.
Well, it's Billy.
they're proud partners of and what are you talking about, Billy?
I'd love to hear the outtakes on that.
That was the outtake.
That was even. They were just like, fuck it, let's just
Fuck it, we'll use it. This is good. We're proud partners of and
Maybe all those pauses they had to cut out him cussing.
I don't think there's ever a sentence that has of and next to each other. I've never heard one.
I'm telling you, it's all his cussing. They cut it out. Every other word. Proud fuck. Partners of.
Partners of and I
God
don't know.
damn it!
I don't know what's happening anymore.
They don't have to be scholars to play baseball.
So wait, you got that commercial, but you didn't get our favorite commercial snagged?
Oh, with the milk and cereal.
Cereal and milk.
We woke up this morning and we were listening to what channel were we watching?
I was watching Food Network.
Yeah, the Food Network. And they got this commercial on there. It's we were both half asleep, but we just kept hearing milk and cereal, cereal and milk, milk and cereal, cereal and milk.
And that's their jingle. It's really addictive, though. It's my new favorite commercial.
Is the commercial for milk or cereal?
It's for Kellogg's.
Okay.
I saw it again later when I was awake. They never say the brand name, but they do say milk and cereal. Which I hate both of those. So.
I was on Inside Pitch.
That's your segue.
Yeah, that's it.
Bam!
I called in to a radio show on Sirius XM Radio called Inside Pitch. Inside Pitch on MLB Network Radio. And I had all kinds of stuff to say. And I completely bombed. and it was disheartening.
I have not heard this audio yet.
I have the audio.
Oh,
So
gosh.
just don't say that yet.
All right.
I will tell you if you suck or not.
Listen, they were. Let me tell you what they were talking about. They were talking about who the pitchers and hitters are in the league. They were doing as a Friday the 13th thing because obviously this last Friday was the 13th. And they were doing a Friday the 13th thing, saying who is the pitcher and hitters in the league that are the scariest to face, basically. And they went off on relief pitchers, and they were talking about Aroldis Chapman and the guy who pitches for the Yankees. I still can't say his name. Betances. I think he's the 8th inning guy for the Yankees.
It's Butabi. Doug Butabi. Sorry, that's a movie reference.
I don't get it.
Yes,
I don't get it either.
Stephen Doug Butabi. It's
Yeah, Night at the Roxbury.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me no more.
Sorry. Butansis? What was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were talking about Craig Kimbrell, obviously, and I felt complied to call in and tell them that they were missing one. And I'm going to play the audio. The very first thing I do is try to jump in when I shouldn't before he's done. Before what's his name who hosts the show? Casey Stern. Before Casey Stern is even done talking, I try to jump in like an asshole. Let me find this. Here we go.
Baseball. Nathan in Kansas City. Nate, you think you've got...
Say, hey! Hey!
Well, you heard your name, so obviously Nathan.
Yes, that's why I'm in Kansas City.
Me.
I sure am. That's where I am.
That reminds me of that thing
Yes.
from
Here we go.
Nathan in Kansas City. Nate, you think you've got the pitcher that we have not mentioned. So go ahead.
Yeah. I'm tired. I know he plays for Kansas City, and there's some sort of rule in baseball that says you can't give him any love because of that. But how can you mention guys like Chapman?
Right here is where no. Listen, I thought about what I was going to say forever before this call took place, and I was rehearsing it in my head, and I was like, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm tired of you people talking about guys like Chapman and Kimbrell and Betances and not mentioning Greg Holland just because he plays in Kansas City.
Hey, just play the audio.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
hear it. Just play it.
Yeah, so far it's not bad.
Betances or whatever you say his name.
See, that's where I completely forgot. I completely forgot his name, and then I got shook up, and I couldn't think of what I was going to say next.
You thought about this from
Yeah.
sorry, you thought about this from the 3200 block and called in about the 8700 block or so.
Guess how long I was on hold.
How long?
Guess.
Oh! I'm actually supposed to guess. I would for this show about 12 minutes.
An hour.
An hour on
I
hold
was
for
on
this
hold
show.
for an hour.
Were they even still talking about that?
Were they on the same topic still?
They did 2 interviews while I was on hold, but I wanted to get it through so bad that I waited.
Well, just let it fly, bud.
Or whatever you say his name. And,
Wait, hang on. You got
I do. You got to back it up.
Betances or whatever you say his
Wait,
name. Mention guys like Chapman and Betances or whatever you say his name, and not bring up Greg Holland.
Yeah, Greg Holland is
great
is a
point.
great one.
You have to. We have to. You're right. I mean, you're right. We're going to talk nasty in that range. Greg Holland has to be in that conversation. There's no doubt about that. So that's a good phone call. I can't believe Casey overlooked it.
Listen to that shit. He said that's a good phone call.
Yeah.
He didn't say, you idiot, who's Greg Holland?
Yeah, they praised you. That was
Come
a good
on.
phone call.
That was a good point, Nathan.
And
Just
you got
because
your point across.
Listen, just because you didn't put the words together the way you thought you should doesn't mean you didn't get your point across.
You just switched it around. It was fine.
They got it. And they were like, oh, yeah, that guy's pretty good.
And they do hate on Kansas City, so it was fine.
That's true.
Except for Jim, because he's a
like,
bandwagoner.
Victoria and I were watching the plays of the week. And I'm thinking like there was 100 times this week watching the Royals play. I'm like, that's the play of the week, right there. That's the one. Three Royals plays on the, and like, you know, and of course they gave up spots like for people like Mike Trout and.
Did you just say Mountain Mike Trout?
Mountain Mike Trout.
Get on Mountain Mike.
I kind of like that nickname, man.
I do too. Mountain Mike.
Can you just call me Mountain Mike from now on?
Anyway, guys like Mike Trout and you know, whoever else. Melky Cabrera.
Whoever else. Mike Trout and the rest of the people that play baseball.
The rest of those guys. What was the guy's name? C-section? What's his name? There you go. The guy that threw the big...
C-section.
The guy that threw the... Anyway, but I'm just saying, I'm like, there was 101 plays on there that I was watching. I was like, we do that like on a daily basis. That's what the Royals do right there.
We were watching the highlights, the top 10 highlights from this week, and Cespedes made the number one play of the week. And this is what I can't get over right here. Cespedes made a great throw. I mean, a phenomenal once-in-a-lifetime throw from left field to home plate to get the guy out at home, to get, I think it was Howie Kendrick, out at home plate. But he had to make an error first. Of course, it wasn't ruled an error. Of course, it would have been ruled an error if he hadn't got the home plate out. But how, like, okay, like, this is the play of the week. There's a ball hit to left field. There's a guy on second base, Howie Kendrick. The ball's hit to left field. Howie Kendrick is rounding third base, going to home. Yoenis Cespedes misplays the ball in left field. It bounces off his glove and bounces off the wall. A rookie mistake. He completely misplays the ball, runs over and grabs the ball, and fires like a cannon to home plate and still gets Kendrick at home. Don't get me wrong. Great play. Shitty play at the same time.
Slash.
Yes. But then the very next night, almost an identical play, Albert Pujols going from first to third on a hit to left field. Yoenis Cespedes misplays a ball in left field. He misplays a ball in left field, grabs it, throws out Albert Pujols at third base. What's guy like? And people are like, this guy, and don't get me wrong, great throws, both of them, fantastic throws. People putting him in the Gold Glove conversation, you're out of your effing mind. Yep. No way.
No. And I don't know. Even they had Mike Trout mic'd up for batting practice. It was either the day after the first throw or the second throw. But either way, they were asking about it. And even he was like, yeah, no, that was not a thing.
I think his exact words were, "The fuck?"
He was not impressed by Cespedes, to say the least.
Oh, Cespedes. Anyway.
What was the other one's name? C-section?
C-section, yes, Mr. C-section. I don't know. Whatever. It sounded good to me.
I don't know who you were talking about.
I just received a note here.
A note?
I just received a note from our listening audience.
Loud and clear.
It says, "I'm sorry, Nate. You were right. It was Escobar."
Do not tell him he's right when he's got a microphone.
Do not do that. Don't tell him right. Don't tell him he's right ever. He's just not going to let you live that down. It's going to be a year from now. He'd be like, "Hey, remember that time?"
Yeah, he's going to frame it and put it right next to the recording.
Awesome. Hey, anybody got a tack? I'm going to put this up on the wall behind me.
Just file that in with my recording about Danny Duffy.
You want to do the best and worst calls of the week?
Okay.
I don't.
Got them. You don't?
I want to wait for it, but hey, let's...
Well, before you do that,
I called my ex-wife.
Update.
I don't know where that fits.
Yeah, let's talk that.
Would that go under best or worst?
It was good intentions. It really was.
So
I don't know how that sounds.
Is this show going to get uncomfortable right now?
And baby, I love you.
No, okay. We're not doing therapy with Ty today. I've got Twitter updates on the Royals if you want to do that.
Yeah, let's do Twitter update. What's the Royals Twitter phenoms doing right now?
There's not very many. It's the usual suspects. Jeremy Guthrie.
Jeremy Guthrie tweets a lot.
He does tweet a lot. Well, Jeremy Guthrie and Salvi, for that matter, got some gaudy-looking gold cleats and headphones that they both had to sponsor, tweet, promote.
Are they sponsoring them, or are they just like...
I don't know, because nobody else on the team seems to have put it up, but they both got them. Let me find it here. And they're just awful. I don't think that they've even worn them. I don't know if you can see that.
Those are the headphones?
The headphones are on the cleats.
What?
The gold ones?
Yeah.
Well, those
are sexy.
Those are sexy.
Is that solid?
Are those some Beats? Are those
no,
some
they're
Beats?
not Beats. It's Monster products.
Oh, they must be getting paid for that shit.
Well, obviously.
Why
I
are the
said
bottom
that.
of his cleats gold?
I don't know.
Will you post that picture on One Royal Way?
Yeah, I'll post that.
I don't care. That is pimp right there.
That is not pimp.
That is
looks
pimp.
Stupid. And
That is
Salvi's
pimpin'.
got him on. I don't have his Twitter up, but he's got him on with
Salvi's
Salvi's stupid grin. Like, hey.
Salvi gonna walk out on the field wearing his gold-plated cleats, to the song. He's like,
They are gold-plated.
every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Gold-plated cleats with some gold-plated headphones. Post that picture on One Royal Way. You can find that there on
Okay.
our Facebook page.
Okay, but the more important thing that he did was he went to the Backstreet Boys concert this week.
Who, Jeremy Guthrie?
Jeremy Guthrie.
Well,
he
that
got a
makes
picture
sense.
with a Backstreet Boy.
Which one?
Kevin.
Jay Guts.
Who the hell's Kevin?
The ugly one.
Jay Guts.
Yeah.
I want it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Backstreet
He was
Boys or
excited
not.
about it. He
Is
said
Okay.
great Royals win and Backstreet Boys concert. So.
What was the other one? What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Before? What did you say before Backstreet Boys concert?
Great Royal win. He went.
Oh, okay.
During a Royals game, after a Royals game.
And he
I don't really know.
celebrated with the Backstreet
With
Boys.
the Backstreet
Did he get to
Boys.
party with the band?
Did he get laid or what?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think his wife's pretty much done with that.
I know Jay Guts lives on the north side. Oh, do you remember a few months ago in the off season, Jeremy Guthrie posted something on Twitter. It says, "I live on the north side of Kansas City. Does anybody want to play catch with me?"
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. And some guy got to go
Yeah.
and just play catch with him.
Someone-
And I don't know if you've ever seen Jeremy Guthrie
Respond
playing
to that
catch.
shit. Nathan,
it is
why
not
didn't,
catch.
Why did somebody beat you to that?
Well,
We didn't live here then, I don't think.
we lived here, but we lived on the south side of Kansas City. It's like an hour
Oh,
away.
yeah, I wouldn't drive an hour to play catch with Jeremy
Well,
Guthrie.
we couldn't
no
get.
way.
He wanted to play like right then.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
It's
just
just
couldn't-
different. But then the message should read, "Can you wait an hour?"
I'll be there in 45 minutes,
Right.
assuming I'm not arrested for reckless driving.
No, but seriously, tell him about. I don't know if you've ever seen Jeremy Guthrie warm up, but when they're doing the warm up throws, and he's like from right field throwing to left field.
Jeremy Guthrie does the long toss. He's a big fan of the long toss, and some pitchers are. That's not necessarily bizarre. For
I didn't say it was bizarre. I just said that he's got an arm.
Yeah, well, yeah. Jeremy Guthrie has a crazy arm. He'll like when he's warming up in the outfield before the game, he does extreme long toss, which a lot of pitchers do. But he'll go on one side of the outfield, and the guy who's playing catch with him will be next to like the Royals bullpen, like in left field, and he's just heaving the ball all the way across the field. I don't know. I wouldn't advise it if I was a pitching coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was doing it far, and I couldn't believe it. But that's enough with him. That's all he did, really. Except he just posted something about being a bus driver, but I don't know what that is.
A bus driver?
I don't know if there's ever been a pitching bus driver. Does he ever let him drive the bus?
Hey, speaking of bus drivers.
No. We're going to Tim Collins, another pitcher, who does not do the long toss.
What do you got about Tim?
All right, this is cute. I'll show you. Timmy is having a baby soon.
Really?
Yes.
Is it his first baby?
I don't know. I would assume so, judging by all the things that he's buying and posting on his Twitter.
He's about as tall as a baby.
Is it his baby?
He is a little baby. It is his little baby. See his wife?
Look at
She's
that little
cute.
black baby. That
You
is
can't
cute.
really see her. No, but he got this cute little onesie.
She looks concerned.
This custom-made Collins onesie.
Does Timmy know that's not his baby?
Well, just like Victoria with Kevin today.
Why does that baby look like Samuel L. Jackson?
When she just said Victoria with Kevin today, she's got my son. My son's name is Kevin. This is Victoria and I's son together. And for some reason, every time he sees, it was just Eric Hosmer for a little while, but now he can't really. He's only 2. He can't really pick out which one's Eric Hosmer. But anytime he sees the Royals play, he points at the screen and says, "That's my daddy."
And the first one up today, Gerard Dyson.
Gerard Dyson. Like, that ain't your daddy. Oh, God. That's my daddy.
Yeah.
I said, you're not that lucky,
That's
son.
what speed do.
Ew. Okay, well,
Hey, that's my kid you're talking
anyway, he got that jersey and a bunch of North Face stuff that's not going to fit the kid for another 3 or 4 years.
It does look really big. He
Yeah.
bought those things for his kid?
Yeah.
He's got like giant jackets.
Yeah, those are big. Those are not going to fit him for a while. I don't know what he's
It
thinking.
looks like jackets for a 13-year-old.
Maybe he
They're
meant to
not
buy it.
that
Maybe he meant to
big.
buy it for Billy's kid.
For Billy's kid.
Which one? He's got 2 gigantic daughters.
They're not gigantic. They're cute.
I'll give him a couple years.
Nah, his dad's not fat.
Oh, well, his dad wasn't skinny either.
Yeah, well. Speaking of which, you learned today about what? About Billy's dad.
Oh, you know what? I learned about JD. JD. I think his name is JD, right?
I don't remember. It was initials.
Yeah, it was initials. That's all I know. JD, Billy Butler's dad is actually a rocket scientist.
That's crazy.
A rocket scientist. Do you think at any point in time growing up, being a rocket scientist, that he thought his little boy was going to grow up to make more money than him?
No, definitely. And at any point, did you think talking to Billy, especially after that commercial, that his father is a rocket scientist, and that's what came out?
Ford can grow, and you can get great deals, and of that deal.
My name's Billy.
My name is Billy Butler.
Alright, it was not that bad that he would have messed up his own name.
Thank you. Thank you, Ty. What are you bringing me beers for, man? I already got another
hand
beer.
delivery.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, here.
Oh,
Why
but goddamn.
don't you drink this one?
Oh, okay. So just said it.
He brought that down and didn't get one for himself. Well,
Why don't you pop that one up and I'll pop this one up. And you ready? Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel bad, by the way. Just, you know what? Anybody that's listening, I just want you to know, I really do love Billy Butler. I like him. He's a good ball player. I'm glad to have him on the team. And that being said, I'm probably still going to bash him a little bit. But, I mean, it's all in fun. It's all in fun. I like Billy.
I love Billy Butler.
I love Billy now.
Well, you know, she gives Billy Butler such a hard time at the beginning of this season. Billy Butler is the bottom line. He's a career 300 hitter. All the dude does is hit. He hits the fuck out of the ball. That's what he does. He hasn't been doing it the first half of this season. But you know what?
All I had to compare it to though was last year, and he did bad. He didn't
do bad last year.
He did pretty badly for being a
like
DH.
290
If
last
I'm
year.
paying a guy millions of dollars, he better be hitting that ball.
You're not going to find too many designated hitters aside from Big Papi. You're not going to find
V-Mart?
two. Okay, right. We were talking about right now. Last year, V-Mart wasn't in the conversation, but Billy Butler is one of the best designated hitters in baseball. Period.
He is an average DH.
No, he's not.
I say yes.
He's not an average DH. Tyson.
He's just like, I like Billy.
I like Billy and his children. I didn't mean to say anything harsh about any of them.
He's got cute kids. They
He
always
does.
show him on.
They were actually they had him on the TV today for Father's Day.
Yeah,
him and his
Billy's
little girl.
fat babies are cute.
They are not fat. These poor little girls. I mean, the likelihood of them listening to this is slim. But if they did, they're gonna have the worst complex.
They're cute babies.
So
Cute babies.
what we have we have...
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I have one last... Well, I have two more tweets. that
Okay,
you
I'm
need to
waiting
know.
on you.
One is not that funny, but I think it's great. Kevin Hart... Shit, I messed it up already. Eric Hosmer met Kevin Hart, and he is tiny compared to him. Look. He's not even in the
He's not even in the picture.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Show me that picture. Can you click on that picture?
Yeah, I
Make
can.
that picture
He's
bigger.
in it later.
Oh,
but
my God.
in a White Sox jersey.
Eric Hosmer. Today, Eric Hosmer meets Kevin Hart's forehead.
Will you post that picture?
Not even his forehead. He's like 3 feet shorter.
No, post this picture on One Royal Way's Facebook.
I will.
Kevin Hart is about 2 feet smaller than Eric Hosmer. He looks like he's hanging out with a cancer patient.
Yeah.
Wait, are cancer patients small?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a requirement.
Not
no.
the tall ones.
I just
I'm just tall. Yeah, that's an awkward picture.
He looks like he's making a wish right now. He looks like he's working with the
Look
Make a
at
Wish
Hos's
Foundation.
like hand position too. He was like, "Oh, poor you."
Well, here, this is somewhere where I feel like I'm an expert
Like,
a little bit.
Hosmer's like leaning over. It looks like he's like trying
He's
to
bending
pat
down.
him.
Trying to pat him on
Right
the-
in the picture, Hosmer's missing about 3
Look
inches.
at this sweet little boy that wants to take a picture with me.
Oompa loompa.
You want me to sign a baseball for you, little boy?
Have you see? This is where I feel like I'm an expert, though. See, I don't feel like you guys have ever listened to any Kevin Hart stand-up comedy.
I have.
Have you?
Actually, I've only seen his memes. He has a ton of memes.
But well, he's
lot
got
of memes.
one of his one of his stand up routines or whatever, his specials or whatever. It's called "I'm a Grown Little Man." I'm a grown little man.
Well, he's not wrong.
So he's a tiny little man, and he knows that. And Eric Hosmer's what, 6'4"? We determined this earlier in the show.
He is a big dude. So to be fair,
yeah.
but he just looks very small, and just the way Haas is standing, he's
Eric
just like
Hosmer could kiss him on the top of the head.
every night before bed.
Can I keep him? Ned, can I keep him? He can be our bat boy.
No, we got Billy's son for that. Have you seen that guy?
Huh?
The Royals bat boy? They only bring him out every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's not actually Billy's son, but he is Billy's miniature. A little
Really?
fat guy running around trying to get all the bats. He's
And
a lot
by-
faster than Billy, though, to be honest.
And by fat, she means attractively heavy.
This heavy, what is it? Hefty? Or what's the-
Healthy husky.
Husky.
What is it? Heavy, healthy, husky, fluffy, and damn! No, so- those are the 5 levels.
I
By the
know.
way,
All right, last one. Ready for this bomb?
No, I'm not ready.
I am.
Rex Hudler, the Rex,
The Rex?
followed Aaron Brooks.
He followed Aaron Brooks on Twitter?
And Aaron Brooks thanked him.
Oh, no. No, for anybody who doesn't know, Aaron Brooks is the guy who, about a week and a half ago, Aaron Brooks got called up to make a start against the Toronto Blue Jays, and this was when the Blue Jays were red, fire hot, and never made it out of the first inning. He got 2 outs, never could make the third. I think he allowed 6 runs in the first inning. The game ended up being, it was ludicrous to nothing. That's what the score was at the end of it. And at the end of it, Brooks sent down to A-ball, from making a major league start to A-ball. His first major league start, straight to A-ball.
Nathan, that's 1A? Only one.
Yeah,
Only
just,
1A.
Just 1A. not even Northwest Arkansas Naturals. I'm talking A. He was sent back to his high school to pitch for his high school team again. He was actually sent back to 10th grade to play baseball.
I'm pitching for the Wizards. The Dragons.
He pitched for the Westville Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, nobody gets that one. That's just you.
I do.
Oh, do you?
But now we've coined the phrase, he just got a Brooksing. And that's what Quintana got.
Every pitcher we faced this week.
That's what Quintana got for the White Sox. He got a Brooksing.
You've just been Brooksed.
He just got Brooksed. Quintana got Brooksed in the first inning of his game on Friday, I think it was.
Oh, gosh. Well, since we just finished with HUD, do you have something else?
I do have something else.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That was subtle, guys.
We worked hard on that.
What does the Rex say?
Ding, 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 ding.
What the Rex say?
Rex.
What does the Rex say? We're gonna do this segment where we have a broadcaster in our booth. His name is Rex Hudler, and he is a very good color commentary. But he does say some ridiculous things from time to time. And this week's What Does the Rex Say goes here.
Cake tastes good, and you need a lot of it. You can eat a lot of it too, but we all need cake. I don't know where that came from.
I'm gonna have to hear that again.
That was great. One
You
more
wanna hear
time.
it
One more
again?
time.
One more time.
Cake tastes good, and you need a lot of it. You can eat a lot of it too, but we all need cake. I don't know where that came from.
We were listening to this broadcast. We were listening to the Royals game when Rex inexplicably started talking about cake. And
He wasn't talking about cake. He was talking about money, and he was calling it cake.
he's calling money cake?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why Ryan said, "What's cake?" And that was his response.
You can eat a lot of it too, but we all need cake.
We all need
I don't know where that
cake.
came from.
He don't know where that came from.
Yes, he was asking. It was what it was. They were talking about. He makes a lot of cake or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And he said, and Ryan's like, "Oh." In his head, like it almost seemed like you could hear his thoughts, and he's thinking, "This seems like a good opportunity to make a fool of Rex Hudler." If I could say it, I might not make a fool of myself. And he said, "So Rex, what is this cake you speak of?"
Cake tastes good, and you need a lot of it. You can eat a lot of it too, but we all need cake. I don't know where that came from.
And that was his answer. And that's what he came back with.
Cake tastes good, and you need a lot of it. And you can eat a lot of it too. I don't know where that came from.
He needs to start writing all the Urban Dictionary definitions.
Oh, goodness.
I have something else here that I want to play before it gets too late. When Steve Physioc was calling the game on the radio yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and Mike Moustakas had made a critical error that cost Danny Duffy a double play. It was a double play ball straight to Mike Moustakas. He botched the ball. He dropped it a couple times. He dropped it 3 times. And he could not make a play on anybody. Later on, in the next inning, I think it was, Mike Moustakas had a chance, and he made a really great play to first base. And Steve Physioc had this to say.
On ball third, Moustakas, nice hot pick, and his throw is in time. Good play by Moose, who made an error earlier this year that robbed Danny of...
Hang on. he made a play earlier this year that robbed Danny Duffy of a double play.
Moose, who made an error earlier this year that robbed Danny of a double play, but since then he's had 2 fine plays against Chicago.
he made a play earlier this year.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well,
It was earlier this year.
Earlier this game.
Earlier this year, 20 minutes ago.
Well.
Anyway.
That goes back
Thank
to the
you for
whole
sharing.
they, we, us, them conversation.
I just had to throw that one in there because I knew we were getting late, and I had to throw that one in there. What do you think about Manny Machado's thing? The thing with the bat throwing.
When he straight up threw it.
Yeah. Did you see this, Tyson?
There was an accident.
Did you
That
see
was the
It
worst.
was a total accident. He didn't
he
mean to
saw
do
it.
it.
He just watched the 100 top
Swear to
plays. Of
God.
course he saw
He
it.
didn't mean to do it.
It's just like, if you intentionally meant to do it, it was the worst also intentional throw. Like, he was trying for the pitcher.
So like he
They're
threw
trying
like,
to say that he was going for the third baseman, but
So like he threw like a bitch. That's what you're saying?
he did. He just let go of it.
All
Like,
right, so what we're talking about is Manny Machado against he's the third baseman for the Orioles, and they were playing. Well, hell, I don't even know who they're playing now.
Well, hell.
That other baseball team.
I guess that's not important right now. He got thrown out earlier in the game, and he just got thrown out the pitch before that, and then the next pitch, he clearly takes a late swing. It's on a ball that's way inside, and heaves his bat. He heaves his bat out into the outfield, and he pretends like he was taking a swing at a pitch when he clearly was not taking a swing at a pitch, just trying to throw the bat at somebody. He was trying to throw it at the pitcher. The ball ended up in left field.
The bat.
The bat ended up in left field. It soared past Alberto Callaspo, who was playing third base for the. It was the Oakland A's who was playing third base.
I was going to wait for how long it took you to click those two together. I don't know who they were playing, but Alberto Callaspo was out there.
Soared past, and then Alberto Callaspo throws his hands up in the air. The umpire tosses Manny Machado. Tosses a few more people. But how immature. I know he's a young guy, but seriously. And you know what they're doing now? He comes out and he gave an apology. They didn't make him face the audience. They didn't make him face the
public.
The public. They didn't make him face it. They did a recorded apology, which I don't have the audio of it here. It was pretty standard. It's just your standard apology. He didn't deny throwing the bat. He did a recorded apology saying, my emotions got the best of me, and that's it. What do you feel about him not being able to, the Oakland or the Baltimore Orioles not putting him in the heat? I think you got to put him in front of the crowd. I know he's young, but you got to put him out there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he's going to learn his lesson for sure. Well, just like the Puig thing, with not the Puig thing anytime recently, just the Puig life story where he constantly messes up and everything, and he really just never had to take anything forward except for his manager benching him sometimes. He still got all the attention and all the deals and everything.
Well, the Major League Baseball has suspended him for 5 games, and even after the apology, even after basically not denying that he threw the bat out into the field, he's appealing. He's appealing his 5-game suspension.
So what you're trying to tell me is A-Rod is his dad?
Well, yeah, maybe.
I have thoughts.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Right
But
now.
not right now.
Earlier this year.
Actually, earlier in the conversation, I was thinking just completely off topic. Not completely off topic, somewhat on topic, because something you said reminded me of it. I actually kind of missed when you said Alberto Callaspo. I was
is
like,
what he's getting out of it.
I was like, no, there's more. I got
Okay.
more to add to it. I just wanted this is the beginner.
Okay.
I miss Alberto Callaspo. I thought I enjoyed when he played for the Royals. I enjoyed watching him and things like that. And I wish he would have been a better baseball player. But other than that, I guess the only point there was that I had not even thought of Alberto Callaspo until you mentioned him in that conversation.
Well, he had many good years with the Angels. Well, not many, but he probably had 2 or 3 good years with the Angels after he left the Royals. I don't know if you know this, Megan. Cayespo was a Royal for a couple years, and then he went to the Angels, and now he's with the Oakland A's. But that's what Ty was thinking of.
I did put 2 and 2 together on that one.
Yeah.
Figured that one out all on my own.
He was fun to watch. He was always fun to watch. I enjoyed watching him. I always rooted for him anyway. But as far as throwing the bat, yeah, I don't know. Like the Orioles aren't doing anything at all. It's just Major League Baseball. That's what you're telling me? Because I'm asking because I really don't know.
No, the Orioles are making a little bit of noise.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, the Blue Jays lead that division. The,
Like,
Yankees are right behind.
No, he's asking if punishment. He's not getting anything.
No. Well, yeah, what I'm saying is, he...
like no sunflower seeds during the game or nothing like that?
No, he was given a 5-game suspension. He's appealing it now, which is ludicrous. After he went
up and said, "Yes, I threw a baseball."
Well, he didn't admit to it. He didn't admit to it.
Yeah,
he sure did. He said, I mean, like I did watch the I call it a confession like we're in court or something, but
Yeah.
I did watch that, and he's like, yeah, my emotions got the best of me, which he didn't outright say. I hurled a bat at the third baseman.
Well, it's really, really obvious when you watch the video.
And he said it. He's like, my emotions got the best of me, which insinuates, yeah, I threw the bat.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Major League Baseball give him a 5-game suspension. He's appealing it, and I, honest to God, think he deserves way more than a 5-game suspension. You're gonna hurl a bat into the outfield. Imagine what would have happened if that bat would have reached the pitcher's mound, would have knocked the pitcher out or something, gave him a concussion. You know what I mean? Like, what does he get then? I mean, the guy's probably banned from baseball if that happens. You know?
Right.
And what I'm saying is, it's all about intent. I know your emotions got the best of you, but this guy, he hurled a bat into the outfield. He's throwing it at the pitcher. He's lucky he didn't get Alberto Cayespo at third base, who threw his arms up in the air after the bat soared past him. You know, he's lucky the bat didn't hit the pitcher. You think he's getting a 5-game suspension if the bat hits a pitcher? If it hits his shin or if it hits his knee, breaks his knee or something?
Well, you know what? Let's debate this one a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
A pitcher throws up and in on a batter. Could have hit him right in the face. Could have knocked him out. Could have hurt him. Could have broke his neck. Does he deserve a 5-game suspension?
Yeah.
Why? If he did it on purpose.
It
happens all the time. Pitchers throw it at batters all the time. It happens a lot, and they never get suspended for it.
Yeah, but the batter is expecting the ball to come at them.
At his face?
Well, they can see it. They're looking at it. Cayespo and the pitcher, I guarantee, were not watching for that bat to come at them.
What she's saying is the ball is coming at you anyways. The ball is coming towards home plate. If the ball is coming at you, duck, move, get out of the way. You know, you're not expecting Manny Machado to swing at a pitch that is clearly out of the strike zone after the ball's already hit the fucking glove and throw the bat at you. It's,
right. No, I'm not arguing that's not unruly. Okay, but your argument was that could have hurt somebody, and there's a lot of things that people can do in baseball that are not called for that could really hurt somebody, and they get less than a 5-game suspension for sure. Right?
Well, a pitcher will get a 5-game suspension for throwing at somebody intentionally, and he'll only miss one start. I'm saying, if you're gonna, I honestly believe that throwing a bat at somebody is the same thing as taking the bat after getting thrown inside and walking out and trying to swing at him with it. I believe it's the same thing. And you're trying to hit the dude with a bat. And that is ludicrous. That's sociopathic. That's insane.
Yeah. And especially after just his blow-ups, even that week, let alone his whole career, he's obviously got some anger issues that need more than a 5-game break. And I think you're right about the apology. He needed to apologize, or at least not apologize, but in front of people, you know, make him accountable. Just like for your work thing that you say, like when you have to call in, you call into a recording, and so everybody calls in all the time because they don't have anybody to be accountable to.
Right.
You know what? I think all of this conversation really proves is that throwing a bat at somebody is great television. Because we're all talking about it.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. It makes good TV. So.
You know what makes better TV?
What?
The Bachelorette.
I haven't been watching it, though. So, who's eliminated now?
They kicked off the gay one.
Is the guy...
that makes perfect sense.
Which, aren't like 15 of them gay?
Yeah. She really does have a lot of the gays on her
Have you
season.
watched any of The Bachelorette this year, Ty?
I'm still trying to figure out why a gay guy applies to be on The Bachelorette.
No, half of them are gay.
Why? I don't get it.
So gay.
No, they're touching each other. Who was the guy that was telling?
Yeah.
He was like watching the other guy. Mike is so hot.
Yeah.
Like he's so much better looking than I am.
There was legitimately a guy on there. They were doing like a dance contest, like a striptease or something for her or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, the guy was like, I'm so embarrassed to take my clothes off because Mike is so hot. He does it so much better than me.
You know what? The more I think about it, the more it makes perfect sense. Because what better opportunity to meet single guys than on The Bachelorette?
Exactly.
They're all there single.
It's a whole house full of single guys,
and they can't all win. So
they got to be attractive too because they're on TV.
Oh, you got eliminated, huh? You like cock?
Well, I have
one of those.
I have another option for you. Hear me out.
that probably is perfect though.
Yeah.
They're all sad and crying. Andy doesn't love me. Well, I love you. No, but really, the really gay one, the wedding planner, got kicked off.
Was that the one with the earrings?
Yeah, the weird earrings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man, I totally took a guess at that one.
Yeah. Well, and that other one that got in the fight with her. Oh, the dead one.
Yo, the dead one.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a
dead one?
Yeah. No. Listen, one of the guys, he's like a traveler. Like
an explorer, I think is what he put, which is not even a thing.
Yeah, you know how it says like when have you ever watched a show
like
before?
Magellan?
Exactly.
Have you ever watched a show before at all?
No.
Well, like when they get out of the limo to like walk up and introduce themselves to the Bachelorette, it says what they are. It says their name and what their profession is, basically at the bottom of, and how old they are at the bottom of the TV.
And it said Michael,
no,
dead guy.
No, well, it should have, but it says, I don't know what the guy's name was, Eric, and he says, it just says explorer. Explorer. That's what he is. That's what he does for a living.
Like there's parts of the earth left to explore.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
Eric does not own a globe. It says, "Hey, this is where shit is. We found it all."
Anyway, after this guy gets kicked off the show, he goes hang gliding or something in the Andes or I don't know where the fuck he was hang gliding. He perishes. He falls to his death and dies after he leaves the show. That's all. End of story.
So now he's dead.
Yeah.
He's quite dead. Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Quite
lucky for
dead.
the
Not a little dead.
He's extremely dead.
As lucky for the Bachelorette because now she's not a widow.
Yeah. Well, she didn't pick him. He got kicked
She-
off like what, third episode?
See?
Yeah.
See?
He had quite a complex.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like every time she talked to him, he was just like, "Yeah, I've explored these mountains before, and I
don't know how she didn't hate
hung out
him.
with Gandhi."
Yeah, everything. She's like, I want to do this. Well, I did that, and then also I did this on top of it. Like, it was horrible. What was that One Up thing? If you ever watched Saturday Night Live,
I want to spelunk the underside of your blankets.
Nope, didn't use that one.
I want to show you guys my my calls of the week, and these are I only got 2. I hope to expand on this little project a little bit later, but I spent some time looking up the best and worst calls of this week, and I found what I think might be the worst call, not only of this week, but maybe in this world.
In this world.
Yeah. And it comes from a notoriously bad game caller. But some people wouldn't say that. But I'm going to give you a little bit of John Sterling right now, Ty. Have you heard John Sterling?
I don't think I've ever heard him personally. I've heard you quote him more than once.
All right, well, here's a little bit of John Sterling from the day before yesterday. Jacoby Ellsbury hits a home run. Here we go.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on and drilled to deep right center field. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Away out in right center. 4 or 5 rows deep. Jacoby Els buries it in the right field stands. That's a jack by Jacoby, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead.
He Els buries it.
Jacoby Els buries
He
it.
Els buries it under seat number 5 in row BB.
I wish somebody would Els bury a fist into his diaphragm every time he tries to say something like that.
What was that one I come up with the other day for Alex Gordon? I was thinking of it. I was he Alex Cordon Bleu. He served up some Alex Cordon Bleu.
He served up some Alex Gordon Bleu for
And then you came up with another one. Do you remember it after that? I don't remember. It was worse.
Oh, I don't remember.
It didn't even make sense.
Do his?
Yeah, I kind of like it. The Alex Gordon Bleu.
Jacoby Els buried it.
Jacoby Els buried it. And then right after that, I don't know if you noticed, he said, "A jack from Jacoby."
What?
A jack.
A jack from Jacoby.
Oh. What kind of name is Jacoby?
Do you want to do the best call of the week? Because this is my favorite right here.
Sure, we can railroad right over that.
Oh, railroad right over what?
Jacoby. We want to talk about baseball players' names for a moment.
Yeah, we want to talk about white people with black people names.
I'm sorry. Is Jacoby a black person?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought so.
How about white people with black people names? You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah,
My name is Tyson.
Yeah.
My middle name is Dre.
Yeah.
My last name is Cosby.
Are you sure your daddy was white?
No.
Well, there you go.
Listen, I am named after 3 famous black men. Okay? So there you go. You've had your daily dose of white guys with black men names. I worked with a guy one time at a factory, and I told him my full name. And he said, I quote, he said, "You have a black name."
Is that what he said?
That's exactly what he said. Now he said, "You have a black name." I was like, "Oh, okay."
So can you say the N-word?
No, I'm not that tight with him.
Oh.
We're not that close. Really.
Can you say it with the A at the end?
I can't say it with the R or the A or the G or. I'm not going to say it anywhere because I don't like being shot at.
We're in Kansas. You're fine.
A little like-minded people around here.
Go to KCK. It's a different story.
Yeah, well. We don't go above 70th.
My favorite call of the week.
Oh my god.
Okay, you need to find a drum roll with a cymbal at the end. Just saying.
I don't have one of the symbol.
You need to find one.
Okay, maybe we can call the guy from the Romantics.
Oh,
and he can just do it for you.
Wait, hey, I'm gonna
just
do
get
this
me
one
a
again.
snare drum and a cymbal.
You ready?
Okay.
The 1-1. Infante swings, pops it up. That will not get it done. Drifting out into shallow left field is Mike Aviles battling the sun. And here comes Escobar. He tags and comes home and scores. Oh, my gosh. Escobar took a huge chance and made Cleveland pay for it.
Oh, boy. Was that exciting.
I was just short of saying, Esky just made Cleveland his bet.
Oh, boy, was that exciting. Hey, we're not biased at all on this podcast. We're not biased at all. The best call of the week comes from Steve Fiziak the dummy that we were just making fun of earlier.
2 seconds later, he messes up the call.
But oh boy, was that exciting.
Later that year, he messes up the call.
The game was really dragging on for him. It's like, this is taking forever.
So we have our fantasy baseball league, the One Royal Way Fantasy Baseball League, and we have
let's move on to the next topic.
Somebody's losing.
I don't want to talk about it.
We have our One Royal Way Fantasy Baseball League, and we have one of our biggest players in the league, one of our most dedicated One Royal Way followers and baseball league players. Robbie, my friend Robbie, he sent me something, and I think you guys might find this interesting here. If I can find it. Here we go.
I love the One Royal Way podcast. It is the best Royals podcast in the world. I hope it never ends.
Was that Robbie or Richard Nixon? I have a podcast.
I love the One Royal Way podcast.
And I am not a crook.
Here we go.
I love the One Royal Way podcast. It is the best Royals podcast in the world. I hope it never ends.
I hope it never ends. I love the One Royal Way podcast. It is the best Royals podcast, and I hope it never ends.
Stop. Stop. You can't breathe. Your Richard Nixon impression is much better than your Denny Matthews impression.
It just makes me want to throw up the deuces on each hand.
Yes. I love that. And thank you, Robbie. You know what I love most about that sound clip is the fact that there was not a single, little tiny bit of sarcasm in it. That's what I love most about it.
Very sincere.
I'm so sincere.
Very sincere.
Much
Dick.
better than Billy Butler.
More sincere than Dick Nixon.
No, of course, that's the end. That's the end, folks, of this episode 4 of the One Royal Way podcast. And you can catch us next Sunday or Saturday, depending on if our equipment's working right.
It posts on Sunday anyway.
Oh well, we'll call it Sunday. Until then, you can catch us on www.facebook.com/
And now we've gone Bill Clinton.
One Royal Way KC. And on Twitter at One Royal Way KC. And I hope we go. Our blog is www.blogspot.com/OneRoyalWayKC. I hope you check us out, and if you don't, go fuck yourself. Until then, baby.
We out.
Wait, I got one more thing.
What? It sounded like it said dick.
Dick tastes good.
Get out of here.
Oh, shit. Today, Junior.
Milk and cereal.